Ich komme in Maybach vorbei und bin wie römisch, ich darf und ich hab Baustein. Regel Nummer 4, du bist erst ein krasser.
What's up everyone, Sharifbanger here, and today we are talking about the new heroes available in the token shop. Those are Valkyrie, SX hero, Deus Ex Machina, S4 hero, Viscoint, S2 hero, and the Dragon's Rage, S1 hero. So first of all, how to get hero tokens. The first way is to buy them for €5.49. You get 100 hero tokens. You can buy it every day, or you do the hourly challenge and get 3 times the third chest. You can get 20 with the 20 hero tokens with the third chest, and you can get up to 60 hero tokens every day. So if you buy every day hero tokens, 100 hero tokens for €5.50 and do the hourly challenge 3 times a day, you'll get 160 hero tokens per day. Or there are some events like the 7-day login where you can get also hero tokens or other events. So first of all, Valkyrie. She's a SX hero and costs 3,000 hero tokens. She's a shooter's hero and based on damage and support. The second ability, I'm reading it. On the first 2 turns, 2 random friendly squads will move first. Then on the second turn, deal 687% damage to 2 random enemy squads. That's massive damage and has an effective range of 4. The 5th skill grants 50% additional damage to 2 random enemy squad. So your APC will deal onto 2 enemy squads 50% additional damage. That's much. And her 8th ability, first 3 turns, 2 random friendly shooter squads deal 50% additional damage. So you can make up to 100% additional damage with your shooter's APC. So to the pros, on round 2 she deals massive damage with the second ability. I mean, that is really a massive damage. The other shooters heroes in the APC will get up to 100% damage buff for the first 3 turns. So they also make a massive damage output. She's good for poison tile with high percentage of negative immunity. So in Doomsday or Eden, when you have immunity of 4,000 and you want to get a level 12 tile with 4,800, that's an example, you have a chance to get that tile with Valkyrie and other heroes in a better way than other heroes. I will show you which heroes are good for her to make tiling. The Contras, starting with the round 4, she gets useless because she has no CC like suppressed or unarmed and others. She has no tankiness despite or healing despite being front hero. She has no other skills with damage output or combat skills. After those two rounds, when she used her second ability, she just does basic attacks, nothing else. She only can be used as shooter's APC, like the following examples. So you can say she has a less adaptability, and she can't be used with mixed APCs, like with fighters or vehicles. So to the conclusion, there are 5 categories. I would give her for damage 8 out of 10, CC 0 out of 10, support 7 out of 10, adaptability 7 out of 10, just because of Eden or Doomsday, because of the tiling. Otherwise I would give her a 5 out of 10, because she just can be used with shooters APCs. And tankiness 0 out of 10, because she's a front hero and she has no tankiness. So in sum, 22 out of 50 points. So the next hero is Deus Ex Machina, an S4 hero. He costs 2,400 coins and is also a shooter's hero. He is based on tankiness and support. The second ability, he gives a buff, hero squad damage taken minus 30%. That's good. So damage reduction buff for all squads. The fifth ability, when 2 random enemy squads within range cast combat skills or do basic attacks, the damage is minus 5%. This effect can stack up to 8 times. So when, for example, you have an enemy with an APC like Maya Anastasia, Predator and Nomad, where they make basic attacks en masse, then the 8 times will be stacked up immediately, and you have a damage reduction of 40%, up to 40%. So 70% with the second ability, that's much. And the 8th ability, first 3 turns, all friendly units damage taken minus 20%. So again, a damage reduction buff for the first 3 turns. 50% chance to recover units when taking damage. 45% recovery rate. So your friendly squads have a chance for the first 3 turns to recover troops when they take damage. So he also grants a healing buff, which is also very good. So to the pros, he gives everyone an APC, including himself, 30% damage reduction buff for the whole fight through the second ability, and extra 20% for the first 3 turns, 8th ability, and extra damage reduction buff when combat skills or basic attacks are used through the 5th ability. So the damage reduction is insane for every hero or every friendly squad. For the first 3 turns, he grants the APC a healing troop buff when damage taken, so also a healing buff. He has a high adaptability, so he can also be used with mixed APCs. I will show you the heroes or the APCs which are possible. And yeah, he's actually for me a perfect tank, because he gives damage reduction, so enemy will deal less damage to you, and he gives a healing buff. So when your troops are getting attacked, you can recover them. The Contras are, he has no damage, so he does just basic attacks, and he has no CC. Yes, that's it. So the conclusion: damage 0 out of 10, CC 0 out of 10, support 9 out of 10. The 9 because he gives a healing buff that lasts 3 rounds. So and has also just a chance of 50% to get used. If it was like 100% chance, I would give 10 out of 10. Adaptability 8 out of 10, and tankiness 10 out of 10. So in sum 27 out of 50. The next hero, Viscount, he also costs 2,400 hero tokens and is an S2 hero. He's a fighter's hero. He is based on damage, support and tankiness. So he's almost an all-rounder and has a bit of everything shown in the skills. So the second skill, he has a chance to be buffed every turn, taking 50% fewer damage. So he gives himself damage reduction buff around 50%, but just with a chance of 50%. And has a chance to get in the counter attack status for 35% chance, where when an enemy hero deals a basic attack onto him, he will deal a counter attack which does 190% damage to the damage source. The fifth ability, he grants a damage reduction buff for all squads for the first 3 turns. And our entire squad reduced damage taken by minus 20%. Starting at 4th turn, so after the third turn, increase our combat skill damage by 20% onto the end of the battle. So for the first 3 turns, he gives he grants a damage reduction buff, and after the third round, he grants a damage increase buff. Yes, the 8th skill, 30% chance to deal 203% damage to the enemy squad. So just a damage output skill or a combat skill, and has when it's used, this combat skill, your friendly heroes will deal 20% more damage to the enemy squads which are affected by this combat skill. They get into the vulnerable status and your heroes will deal 20% more damage onto them. So the pros are he has high damage reduction for himself and a bit damage reduction for the other heroes through the 2nd skill and the 5th skill. Sadly, he has a less chance of counter attack and damage output. So the 2nd ability has just 35% chance to get into the counter attack modus, and a 30% chance to deal 203% damage. That's less. Another pro is he gives damage increase buff through the 8th ability, and he's tanky. The contras are he has no healing buffs, he has no CC, he has a less damage output with less chance to cast the skills. So when he uses those skills, he has just 30% chance to cast a skill, then he deals less damage. And he can only be used with fighter heroes, so you can say he has less adaptability. And also I will show you the APCs which are possible to use with him. There are not many. So the conclusion would be damage 3 out of 10, CC 0 out of 10, support 7 out of 10, adaptability 3 out of 10, tankiness 6 out of 10. In sum, 19 out of 50 points. And the last hero, or the fourth hero in this token shop, is the Dragon's Rage. He also costs 2,400 hero tokens and is an S1 hero. He's a fighter's hero based on damage. Yeah, his second ability is just a combat skill with 45% chance to deal 505% damage to a single enemy. His fifth ability is also a combat skill with 30% chance to deal 503% damage to one enemy squad within range and suppress them, unable to take actions for one turn. So less chance to deal high damage. His seventh ability, which is unusual for heroes, is not a might increase buff. Instead, it's something else, like here. Written, after using within 20 minutes, plus 100% marching speed for plus 100% fighter's might, and has a 50-hour cooldown. When its skill is not activated, it will have 30% effect in battle. So this ability is perfect for Doomsday or for Eden. Because of this 100% marching speed, you can take tiles way faster with him than with other heroes. So the pros are, the 8th ability first. Also, combat skill has a 1 turn preparation to have a chance of 60% to deal 247 damage to 3 enemy squads, so to everyone. The pros are, if the skills are casted, he will deal really much damage. He's perfect for Doomsday or for Eden because of the buff 100% marching speed for taking tiles. And yeah, there are no other pros. The contras are, he has a less chance to cast the skills. I mean, here you have 45% is okay, it's decent, but just to a single enemy. Here you have just 30% damage chance, and here it's 60% chance, but with a preparation of 1 round. Less adaptability, so he's actually never used, just for Doomsday or Eden. He has just 1 ability where 1 enemy squad with would be put in suppressed status. Then the other abilities are just without CC. He has no tankiness, no support, no healing, or whatever. Just damage dealing and good for Doomsday and Eden. So the conclusion would be damage 7 out of 10, CC out of 1 out of 10 because of his 5th ability, support 4 out of 10, and that just because of the Doomsday or Eden event. Otherwise I would give him 1 out of 10, but let's give him 4 out of 10. Adaptability 2 out of 10, and tankiness 0 out of 10. So in sum that would be 14 out of 50. Yes, that's it for this video. Those are the heroes in the token shop available for 14 days from today. I will buy none of them because I don't need them. And yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed that video. Please subscribe to my channel, and yeah, have a nice day. Goodbye.